General Pension Fund Administrator, APS, marked yet another milestone in October 2013 through the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding with the Government of St. Maarten. The MOU covered not only the possible purchase of the building by APS, but also a buyout of RGM, the current owners of the building. The premise was for government to enter into a new lease and service agreement, this time with APS instead of with a Trinidad-based RGM. The feasibility study addresses the question of whether or not this financial investment of APS complies with the investment criteria of APS, which requires a long-term solid return on any investment made. The feasibility study additionally looked into the financial implications and risk associated with the plan.
The appropriate types of investment are stipulated in national ordinance. In conformity with that ordinance, a policy was formulated for investments, which was approved by the director of the APS, as well as the investment committee and the board. Policy clearly states, gives the framework within which investments will be allocated, and also parameters to ensure that there is a diversity of investments. The government administration building falls within those parameters. Investment opportunities are analyzed by the APS personnel. Advice is sought from the investment committee, and the board makes a final decision after receiving the presentations and advice from both bodies. These checks and balances are put in place to ensure that an informed decision is taken for investments, to ensure that the assets of the fund are protected, as well as there is a return to keep the fund fully funded for indefinitely. APS accepted the offer from the government to look at the proposal, and they have been in discussions with government. As I said, there are three bodies, and it's the APS personnel that are directly involved in the negotiations right now. So until they could provide us with a presentation, we won't be able to tell you much more than that.
The investment goal of APS is to provide participants with pension benefits as required by the National Pension Ordinance for civil servants. APS does this through a carefully planned and executed investment program, which is designated to safeguard the pension capital and generate a minimum rate of return on the long term. This is in order to ensure that pension benefits can be paid to participants when the time arises. At APS, we proudly invest locally and take care of your future.